Hey y'all, it's your friendly neighborhood therapist. So, in Hypocrisy 101 news, how hypocritical is it for people to be saying that folks are wrong for feeling indifferent or apathetic or celebratory due to the recent situation, but yet they respond to that with sheer hatred? Like, this is fascinating psychologically to me, but then again, not really. It's very explainable. When people are radicalized and hateful and that resides in them, this is what happens. Threats are what happens. Websites calling out those who aren't sad and who aren't, like, it's not political violence to not care. It's not political violence to not be sad. It's not political violence to even be celebratory. That's not, no. But y'all are trying to get people fired on this website just because they don't agree. Hypocrisy being, you just said no one should be unalived for their opinion. Y'all don't see it here? Y'all are saying no one should be unalived for their opinion. And then you are saying these things to people for their opinion and making websites to try to get people fired for their opinion. Fascinating, I guess, because that's not unaliving them. Y'all feel like that's okay. But here's what, I don't think y'all are above unaliving people either. This website is going to cause people to get hurt. It's not just going to cause people to get fired, and y'all know that. And that's what you want. That's what you want. While you call out the people who don't agree or who aren't grieving, you also want violence enacted upon them. That's what you want, right? And again, I will repeat, he ain't the first person to get unalived over his political opinion. He likely is not the last, unfortunately. So I just need for people to see the hypocrisy in it. And then you want somebody to feel empathy for him and for a people that literally hate them. Hate them. Do y'all feel empathy for Hitler? D- Like, and please know, because y'all are acting like you don't understand. When I say things like you celebrated Osama, Saddam, Hitler, blah, 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 it's not saying that Charlie Kirk was anything like those men. It's not saying that at all. It's not saying that he unalived anybody. It's not saying that. We know that the men in question are totally different. The point is, if you make the statement, no one's death should be celebrated, that means no one. You don't get to pick and choose based off of their actions if it needs to be celebrated. You said no one. You quite literally said no one. That means no one. So if I can point back to a time where y'all celebrated, that would make you what? A hypocrite. I just find it fascinating, but just know, look, there was a time where I was like, I'm not blocking folks. Like, for what? You have a right to what you have a right to. You have a right to think and say what you want to say. Cool. But no, when it comes to literal threats and violence and things like that, yeah, that calls for that. So if I catch it, I'm going to block you. If I catch it, I'm going to report you. That's it, and that's all. However, I want you to see the hypocrisy in your actions. I also want you to understand that they so called arrested a shooter, the shooter, and that that person is very much alt-right, very much MAGA. Not what y'all said, right? You needed it to be a trans person, and it's not. You needed it to be a person of color or a black person, and it's not. It's one of your own. The call is coming from inside of the house. Oh, and also, imagine saying no one should be unalived for their opinion to groups of people who've been unalived for their skin color, for their sexual orientation, for their gender expression. Just imagine saying that to those people because that's what's happening. We're well aware. Those of us who have seen that happen, who historically know that happened, who see that happen to this day, we're well aware that no one should be unalive for these things. Not their opinion, not their skin color, not their religion, not their sexual orientation, not their gender expression. We know. Do you? because no one should receive death threats for those things either. HBCU should not have had to go on lockdown and completely close for the last 2 days when no one in that group had anything to do with this situation. Y'all have a beautiful, wonderful rest of y'all day, and I will holler at y'all later.